Welcome to the Flights of the Round Table podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is episode 38 of the Flights of the Round Table podcast. It feels damn good to be here. We are actually at Highwire Brewing Company on the corner of West Tremont and South Tryon Street,
Look at
baby.
that.
Hey.
Yes.
He was ready for that one.
I can't. Yeah, it was amazing.
I know. I was looking forward to it too, buddy.
Yeah.
But we're here at Highwire Brewing Company, the one in Charlotte, not in Asheville. And as usual, if you're not able to tune in live, this will be posted at our normal time on Fridays.
Yes, sirree. And we are the Flights of the Round Table podcast. That is FOTRT podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok, even YouTube. So, if you don't have time for a full episode, we got a lot of action on our social medias. Get on there, like it, subscribe it, and we'll keep pumping it out, baby.
Yeah, those short clips, that people are loving them. So
Yeah.
you gotta check them out.
Well, we get 16,000 plays on one of them the other day. Yeah.
16,000. That is a
Yeah.
big number, man. I mean,
And we appreciate all the love.
think about all those turns around the sun. 16,000 turns around the sun.
The seasons that went by, good shit.
But yeah, we're here at Highwire Brewing. We got a special guest with us.
We have the assistant manager, Matt, with us. Matt, so happy to have you on. Talk to us a little bit about the brewery, coming to Charlotte, and what you do kind of on a day-to-day basis.
First of all, thank you for having me, guys. This is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for
Awesome to
being here.
have you guys in Highwire. This is unprecedented, this is unprecedented seeing stuff like this happen in Charlotte. So
Yeah.
this is very cool. But this tap room is incredible. I mean, we have 20 beers on tap, 12 on the sidebar. Have brand new slushies as well.
Slushies.
Beer slushies.
Slushies.
Incredible.
Blushies?
Blushies.
Wow.
I'm a big combiner of words, and they tend to stick.
Florian,
Let's say.
A Sleer.
You need to trademark that. Blushies.
Blushies. Hey, I'll collab with you guys.
That would have to be a cherry
Check
one.
your email.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's either the collab is happening or it's a lawsuit. But I'm looking forward to the email one way or another.
He's gonna be checking every day.
Refreshing.
Florian's like, I'll see you in court.
But yeah, Matt, talk to us a little bit about, you were expanding on the tap room. Keep giving us a little bit about that,
Yeah,
and also
so-
what you do with Highwire as well.
So this tap room, came from Asheville. The three main Asheville tap rooms is where it all started. Expanded to Durham, Wilmington, now in Charlotte.
Oh.
Outside of Charlotte, we have Knoxville, Louisville as well. Birmingham next month.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Cincinnati, Q4 2022. Nashville.
Oh, you're going to
Right
Nashville. Oh, yeah.
Wow, I did not realize the
Wow.
spider web of Highwire was that.
Oh yeah, this is the
Holy
the
cow.
penultimate finale of expansion. So
Yeah, dude.
it's very exciting. But, coming to Charlotte, it's the same Highwire feel. I mean, the same guy that does all the murals did ours.
Okay.
Wow.
He'd, wake up at 3 a.m. when the creative juices are flowing and just go ham on these walls. Every day I'd walk in, empty tap room, but the walls would change every day.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
That's one way to
Wow.
keep it consistent. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and I mean, what's also consistent about all the tap rooms is the games.
Yeah.
All the tap rooms have, the games change a little bit, but what's consistent is the games. Like in this tap room, we have shuffleboard. Soccer pool is pretty consistent throughout all tap rooms,
Yeah.
all the tap rooms that can hold it. Because,
That caught our eye.
Yeah, the minute
that's-
we walked in, it was
that's
like,
pretty big.
oh,
That is
okay.
pretty cool.
Dude.
There's not any other bar that I know that
Yeah.
has that. So.
Dude,
Seriously.
we are one bad kick away from this whole setup being fucked.
yeah, I won't lie. I've seen a few rogue soccer balls fly every
Oh,
now and again.
God.
Oh,
So
dear.
keep your eyes on.
Well, we can spin it this way. This is our tryout for the men's national team for the World Cup. We're goalies, right?
Hey, those
Catching
spidey senses
everything.
right there.
Yeah.
So
All right, let me ask you something, Matt. Do you like ketchup?
I do not.
You don't like ketchup? Daniel,
Oh.
do you like ketchup?
I'm not a big ketchup fan.
Wow. Florian?
I like it, but I don't use it often.
Okay, Dan.
Yeah, I like it on burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
I like it on burgers and hot dogs,
And
but that doesn't
meatloaf.
mean I like it.
Meatloaf.
Though. It's very good on meatloaf.
Underrated on
Okay.
meatloaf.
That's the very good thing.
I also think
That's-
underrated on chicken fingers too.
Yeah.
Chicken
See, I'm a
tenders.
more
Yeah.
hot sauce kind of guy.
I'm a more
Yeah.
honey mustard type of guy with
Yes,
chicken
sir.
fingers.
All right.
Of
What about dino nuggets with ketchup?
Dino
course.
nuggets?
I mean,
Yeah,
do it if I
becau-
have to.
Yeah, because you probably haven't branched out into the hot sauce market yet as a kid when you eating Dino Nuggets. So ketchup is, it's right there.
Yeah,
Perfectly
hot
put.
sauce is not like kid friendly. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely R.
Yeah,
Straight R.
minimum PG-13.
At a minimum. All right. The reason I ask is because French's is coming out with a French sickle. It is a ketchup flavored, like ice pop. Yeah.
No.
That
Would
is
you- on that
Would you
one.
try that?
disgusting.
I would have to try it. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. You know,
It's one of those things?
We talked a while back about that hot dog water flavored seltzer. I said I would try it. I like to try those unique things. Granted, maybe you take a couple licks of it and you go, "Yeah, I've had enough of this." But you give it a try because maybe it catches along, and you're one of those weird guys who likes, something different. Like Florian, you and I like the cucumber lime Gatorade that not
Best-
a lot of people like at
Best
all.
flavor.
That's
So-
a little bit different, though. That is like
Is it,
an
though?
yeah, because cucumber is refreshing and lime is refreshing. That sounds good, but you're talking about a ketchup popsicle right here.
You're right.
Okay?
That's a
That is
different
exactly
deal.
what I'm talking.
This is not. It's not it's not one of those drinks with the tomato. What am I?
Bloody
thinking?
Mary.
Bloody Mary. There we
Ooh,
go.
But that's a good idea, like a Bloody Mary popsicle.
See, now that would be a little bit
That'd be
different.
Good. An alcoholic Bloody Mary popsicle.
Did we just
Okay.
invent something?
We did.
I think we
might.
did.
If our viewers do that before us, then I'm gonna come after you.
You guys, you want to know something weird? Just sticking on the Bloody Mary topic, I like ketchup, but I don't like tomato juice.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah, ketchup has sugar in it, right? That makes it more
Yeah.
appealing.
Yeah.
Tomato juice.
And a bunch of salt as well. It's very high in sodium.
Yeah.
Very high. in
Definitely
sodium.
is so high.
Yeah.
But I will
Can-
also interject a little bit here.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
The whole ketchup popsicle thing, it's the same as like all those candy cereals. Like, I
Ah.
don't fly with that shit, you know?
What do you mean? It's like too sweet or too?
I mean, it's just like, it's not cool, you know? It's just, I feel like you're trying to do too much there. You know, you have like, I mean, the Reese's Puffs or whatever, that's like an
Oh,
OG
those
kind of
are
thing, you
amazing.
know? But like, starting out like throwing a bunch of random shit like Sour Patch, like cereal.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be horrible.
No,
And
they
that's
have
like
that.
selling on the shelves in
Yeah.
Harris Theater.
Yeah,
Really?
it's disgusting.
You,
That
you-
is.
you'd be surprised, like the weird fucking cereals that they make for kids, and they
Oh,
buy
yeah.
them because obviously they keep putting them out. People keep fucking buying them.
yeah.
So you're like an OG cereal guy? You're like the classics?
Yeah, OG. Like,
You
I'm
strike me
talking
at- you-
Frosted Flakes,
Ah.
talking Lucky Charms.
Tricks or Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles.
All the way over
100%.
Let's
yes.
go.
Wow.
I was going to say, you strike me as a Raisin Bran guy. I guess I read you wrong.
What about
Fiber.
what about Captain Crunch?
Captain Crunch, 100%.
Crunch berries?
There we go.
So it's 90s cereal. It's like the 90s
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
cereal.
yeah.
That was when
My-
cereal peaked.
My brother was is 5 years older than I am, so I kind of like take a little from there.
Yeah.
But Crunch berries, yes, but I will be a little blasphemous here.
Okay.
And say that I kind of like just the like
The regular.
crunch.
The
Yeah,
berry.
yeah.
The
Or
regular.
without the
without the berries.
Without the berries, it's pretty good.
So just
Okay.
regular
I like
Captain
that
Crunch.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, what year were you born?
99.
Matt, keeping it real
Oh,
since
yeah.
99.
Since 99.
Nice.
Well, I feels like nobody here is going to try ketchup pops for a little bit here.
Yeah, and I pride myself on being pretty open to trying any food, right? But that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Crossing the
well,
line.
you know what doesn't sound terrible? Great beer.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Matt, for you, what do you think is the most underrated style of beer right now?
Underrated right now. So in Charlotte, you know, you have like, we've been through our IPA
Yep.
phase,
The
and right
hazies,
now
yeah.
Charlotte's pretty well in a big sour phase, but Charlotte is turning it around, and we're back in a lager phase. Surprisingly,
Love it.
Okay.
I noticed your menu.
That's
has
the
a
first
lot of
time
lagers
I've
in
heard
it.
that.
So
I have
a
two.
lot of breweries in Charlotte are, you know, getting back to the roots and just going straight lagers, and I love it.
So I don't question your knowledge at all, but I'm curious, like, how do you develop that thought there? Like, what are you seeing or hearing, or like the connections you have to like say that? 'Cause that's so
Well,
cool.
I mean, just being in the industry for a while, been to a lot of breweries, know a lot of people, tried a lot of beers. A lot of beers I love and a lot of beers I hate.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I'm not a, like, I won't act like I'm a beer snob. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, heavy stouts and whatnot. I'll try them and
Matt,
drink them.
You're the man. You're the man.
But
I'm not
I
a big fan of
don't,
that.
like, we were talking about stouts and ambers and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan, you know. I'm a light beer kind of guy. Helles, Kolsch, that's my go-to.
Love it.
Hefeweizens?
I'm not a big Hefeweizen guy. I'm not a big banana guy.
Florian's giving you the stank eye.
Florian's not big on Hefeweizens anymore.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not either. I'm actually, like you said, Kolsch. Kolsch is like my favorite thing right now. Like, especially for the summer. Kolsch.
Oh yeah, it's light, smooth,
I guess
great drinking beer.
I guess it was a smell good eye.
What?
A smell
Stink
good?
eye?
Ah,
smell good? Yeah, okay,
gotcha.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But also, you know, right now we're in summertime. You want something light, not too heavy.
Yep.
And I mean, winter comes around, I'll dip into stouts and darker beers. But you know, right now, I don't want to jump through hoops to drink my beer.
Yeah,
Especially after working all day, you want to enjoy a beer.
Sure. I feel like a lager is just the way to go, and we've had like multiple brewers on who have said you can tell a good brewery off of their lager because it's one of the more complex things to drink, and you're not dry hopping the bejesus out of a hazy IPA.
And I mean, same thing with like lactose beers, you know, like lactose sours are, you know, hard to mess up. A regular sours, you know, it takes a little, you know, control to make a great sour.
Definitely.
And, you know, I feel like some people, you know, will just dump a bunch of lactose in a beer and call it a day.
Gross.
And be like, damn, the sour's kind of a little too sour, or it's missing something. Dump some lactose in it. Oh, this is great. You know, it's
It's interesting.
No, I agree though with the with you, Dan. Sorry, with the lager.
Yeah.
They're all talking about how the lager is the beer that you kind of decide if that you know company or that brewery is, you know, a good brewer, or you know, you decide off of that beer. And I can see that every brewery that we've been to has all been saying that, and so maybe they are making more lagers. So
Right? It takes more skill. You know, it's a longer batch, right?
oh yeah, it takes longer to brew, but it's worth it in the end. You know, I mean, there's good IPAs on our menu on everywhere in Charlotte. You know?
Right.
There's huge staples in Charlotte, but there's a lot of other great beer that people are missing out on.
I agree 100%. Matt, have you listened to any of our episodes?
I watched the Instagram clips. That's about it.
Okay, so then you know we play a game every week called Overrated, Underrated,
Oh,
Properly
baby,
Rated.
my favorite time of week.
This is where like the not tempers, but you know the action starts coming up. So, we got a little distraction over here.
We got a guy.
Nice.
Ping pong crawler.
Little
That's a
ping pong
first
ball
over
there,
there.
baby.
Congratulations, got his ball. All right, first one today on Overrated, Underrated, Properly Rated. The smell of fresh cut grass.
Matt, you go ahead and start.
Overrated.
Why?
Damn.
I mean, I love to cut grass. It's like an American staple,
Yes.
cutting grass. But like, also, the feel after you cut grass. You want to get in a shower. You know, you want to get all that fucking grass off of you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
But also, I'm allergic to grass.
there we go.
So wait, you cut grass, but you're also allergic, man. You got to have the hives
You put
afterwards.
a gas mask on or something?
It's not too bad. You know, if it's deep in, like, you know, the spring where the pollen's all over the ground,
yeah,
sometimes I'll throw a mask on, or like one of those like caution,
Yeah.
you know, masks.
Yeah.
And but you know, it's not that bad. You know, I can go.
Okay,
without
so it's like a
that,
mild
but,
allergy.
Yeah, but
What do you think, Daniel? Overrated, underrated, properly rated?
I think it's properly rated. I do love the smell of grass.
Yeah.
Whenever it's freshly cut.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
other than that, it's not. It's standard like that.
I would say it's properly rated. Like it's not just the smell of the grass, but you get that like gasoline smell mixed with it, and then you're kind of sweaty too, so you got that stank floating in there. So that combination
from
of
the mower.
smells is just it's
I
all
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
I can respect it.
Yeah.
You know, I might turn back. We'll see how everybody else feels, but
Okay.
I may turn back.
You
got a
might
couple
change your
more
answer
answers,
there.
yeah.
For me, I think it's underrated. You know, you mow the lawn, it gives you that fresh smell, and you sit out there with a nice, whether it's, you know, a domestic beer or like your beer of choice, and you just admire God's creation. That you were the one that were able to cut that. And it just smells so damn good. I'm going to go underrated.
Wow.
I'm with Dan. Underrated.
Okay.
It's my
Wow.
top 5 favorites. Like in the top 5 best smelling things in the world to me. I love it. Like there's nothing like a fresh cut lawn, and I can't think of anything more American. You cut your grass. The sun's setting down. You know, you're cutting at like 7, 8 p.m., right? Temps are cooling down. You have a bud heavy. Oh, hell yeah. That's have an American night.
I love that. Fleur, real
That's what
quick,
that
can
is.
you shed some light on what else makes the top 5 of your list there? You know.
Okay, let me see if I can round them off. We're gonna, PG-13, whatever, cannabis. It is just
Okay.
fucking great smell. I don't care where you lie on that line. It's
Okay.
delicious. Gasoline is in there.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what I like? I think it's hay from a farm. You know, like
Oh,
when you drive
yeah.
by,
Like
like
on,
in
like,
the
a pumpkin
country
patch?
roads, right? Like that farm smell, dude. That shit is amazing. That
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
reminds me of summer. Like I don't know, it just makes me feel good.
I'll
And
even
then-
say.
No,
go ahead.
no, you go.
I'll
ahead.
say, fall hayride or something.
Yeah.
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 That smell
Yeah.
is great,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And by the way, that season is coming up, guys.
Yeah.
It is.
It is slowly.
And then grass, and then I don't know what my 5th one is. I have to think about that, but yeah.
What about a basement smell?
Basements do have a particular.
I like
smell.
the smell of a basement,
Yeah.
or like
I'm
I'll
not
say a
gonna
basement.
lie. That sounds kind of creepy.
Yeah, it does kind of smell.
But
What are you doing in that basement?
no, but I remember at my grandparents' house, they had like it's a cellar, basement, whatever you want to call it, and it's cold, because it's underground. It's legitimately underground, so it's like a fucking cave.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was crispy cold down there. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous, like 20 degrees different, and it had the smell about it. I don't know why I loved it.
Same
Wow.
thing. I have my great grandma. She had the same thing. Just cold ass basement.
Yeah.
Smelled super good down there. So I just want to go down there and just live down there.
Guys, that sounds like a
That's-
dungeon.
yeah.
I
Like
want
death trap,
no
honestly.
part of that.
Well, you asked me
just
my top
smelled
5
good.
smells, and I gave it to you.
I was
He did,
saying,
he did.
I'm a little scared
So
right
we,
now.
we got off on a little bit of a tangent there. We're going to go back to the overrated, underrated, properly rated.
Yeah,
So here's another one. I think you either love this one or you hate this one. Saltwater taffy.
Oh. I'll go first.
Hit it.
Overrated. The only time is when you're at the beach, you get that shit. And it's not even like my first choice of desserts when I'm at the beach.
Yeah.
Right? It's a beach themed thing and overrated.
Okay.
I'm gonna say overrated too. It gets so stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about that saltwater taffy. It's only sold at the beach, and that candy is sitting there for months. And it doesn't get like bought up that
Yeah,
fast. It's
good
not
point.
that amazing because they make so much of it. It's sitting everywhere on the beach at every store, just sitting there. You don't know how old it could be. A 1-month-old saltwater taffy. It could be 6 months old.
It is. Why
saltwater
is it a beach
taffy.
thing? Do you know the answer to that question, Matt?
They use the salt from the sea.
Yeah.
Get off.
There you go. Bingo, bango.
I think you were trying to put together something really funny.
I was
there.
about to put something together, but you ruined. No, I'm just but I'll say I was leaning towards overrated, but I will say cotton candy saltwater taffy transitions that rating to a properly rated because
Okay.
I've never had
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
One flavor can make the
one
difference.
flavor
It can.
makes the difference.
It can. Drew?
I was like trying to think of a scenario where like the one flavor can make a difference. Talkies?
Yes, actually.
Yes. I'm just going to go properly rated. I mean, I haven't had it that much, and it's always like something to chew on a little bit.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is it lasts for a while, right?
It
lasts
does.
in your mouth.
It
so
does.
You get some bang for your buck with saltwater taffy. So
I'm going to take it from two sides of the spectrum, and I'll be brief. It's overrated, but it's also underrated. Overrated because whenever you get the packs of taffy, you have like 5 or 6 or 7 of them that are the same flavor, so you don't get to try all that candy
True.
shop has to offer. Underrated because there is a candy store in Savannah, Georgia, on the Strip where they pull the taffy and throw out fresh samples. So whenever you
Yes.
get them fresh and they're warm, They are so underrated. Boom.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Well, we'll go to Savannah and I'll walk you to the spot.
You better.
We'll do a boardwalk episode.
We talked about a Bon Me episode last week. We're going to do a saltwater taffy episode. We'll probably never do it. All right. Last one. Okay, so you're a kid. You're walking up to the soda machine. Do I want a Coke? Do I want a Mountain Dew? Do I want a Dr. Pepper? Oh, fuck it. You do all 8 of them.
Yeah.
A soda smoothie, also known as a soda suicide. Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I'm going to go overrated. There is way too many flavors going on in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's too much, too many different colors. At one point, it's kind of like drinking. You know how at the bar they have those, like, rubbery things where it collects all the alcohol? You're essentially putting all that into one cup and drinking it. Overrated.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was about to ask you, adult version, would you ever drink that many beers combined?
Absolutely. Any second.
Wow.
I would love to see what that flavor would taste like.
Bartender?
Let's get all 20 in one of these flights, please.
One of a house special.
Just a little pop, pop, pop. Go right by them. Just a little 1 second of each pull.
So Matt, that for you then,
Overrated.
overrated.
Yeah.
For sure.
It just
I'm
too
gonna have
much.
to say overrated too.
Wow, consensus?
Overrated. I don't even need to explain it.
I think it's overrated, but I'm going to lie to you to be different. Properly rated. A lot of unique taste going on. Good for the heart.
Okay.
I feel like that's also kind of like taking a bunch of jelly beans and eating them. Like taking the whole pack and just
Yeah.
feed-bagging them into your mouth.
Yeah. Feedback.
Feed-bagging them. You know what I mean?
What a great adjective.
Transitioning there, Matt, we are a football podcast. And I heard, we had discussions. You're a Steelers fan.
Yes,
so talk
I
to
am.
us about that. Why are you a Steelers fan? And, for you, what's the best memory that you've had being a Steelers fan?
So my father is a Steelers fan.
Sure.
He grew up a Steelers fan, and, this story's been tossed around a lot, so don't know if the facts are entirely there, but, growing up, he was my age, 70s, 80s. No football teams in the Carolinas.
True.
None in Georgia. Closest is Washington Redskins, now the football team, or what are they now? The
You
Commanders.
better be careful with that word.
Yeah,
You're going to be careful.
I know. So it was the Washington Commanders, the Dolphins,
Yeah.
and the Steelers.
No.
Okay.
And closest to the Carolinas, Steelers were cool back then. They're cool now. Heinz Field, now not known as Heinz Field. I don't even know the name anymore.
Some tech
yeah.
company.
Yeah.
I don't
We
It's
talked
pretty
about this a
lame.
couple podcasts ago.
I forget the name.
It's a tragedy.
I don't
Yeah.
love it. It will always be Heinz Field.
No one likes it, and yeah, we will always call it Heinz Field.
For sure.
Yes.
But for top memories, as a child, I came to Charlotte for the first time and saw the Steelers play the Panthers.
Okay.
And that's coming up again this year for the first time in season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
wow.
tickets. I'll be there.
Should be a
Oh,
good
yeah.
game.
Will I wear a McCaffrey jersey or will I wear a Kenny Pickett jersey?
Well, hold on. That's what I was going to say.
Ooh.
Quick fire for you. Who's starting that game, Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky?
I think Kenny Pickett's going to start after a while.
Okay.
Okay,
What's the week? You said
I'm not
week 8?
sold.
Week 8? Is that
I
what you
think
said?
I don't think week 8. I think it's like
It's-
December, so
Yeah,
probably
it's
like
towards the end.
yeah.
Oh,
10,
okay.
12.
Yeah, by then I think you probably will start.
Yeah.
I mean, Mitch is
I
a pretty
hope-
good quarterback, but I'm not sold. I'm not sold there.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
this is a Sam Darnold situation here with the Panthers. I'm
Sure.
not sold on it. It's not going to happen.
I think the difference kind of there is that like Mike Tomlin's actually a proven good coach.
Yeah.
And Ben Roethlisberger was probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL last year.
For sure.
To me, Mitch Trubisky is an upgrade to Big Ben from last year. So, and they made the playoffs. So it's like,
yeah.
Ben couldn't throw last year. It was not himself.
He should have
Couldn't.
retired before last year.
He should have,
That's
yep.
coming from a huge Steelers fan.
for sure. So you're happy then that Big Ben is gone. is
Yes,
what you're
I am.
saying. Okay.
I am happy. It was overdue. Very sad. The whole farewell tour was great.
Yep.
Making the playoffs was incredible. We thought, it was going to be a horrible season. Ended up scraping the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got absolutely demolished by the Chiefs, but still a cool experience,
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was a good way for, Big Ben to go out there.
Right.
Keeping on the Steelers topic here, before we transition into this beautiful flight, who is the most underrated player on the Steelers currently?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good one.
Because there's a lot of good pieces on that team right now.
Yeah.
That is a great question, and I don't know if I can give you a proper answer.
Okay.
But what I'm going to go with is, honestly, Najee Harris.
Okay.
He was a great player last year, but I don't think people are properly rating him. I think he's going to have a breakout season this year.
I like that.
I think that's a great answer.
And then the offensive line last year wasn't very good either.
No.
So it'll be good this year. I know you guys definitely have upgraded there.
Najee has the potential to be a top 5 running back in the league, I think.
That's kind of a big
In
statement.
fantasy, he's getting picked like
yeah,
top 10.
Really?
Let me
I
clarify,
saw you went
fantasy-wise,
4.
I
top
definitely
10,
think,
top
for
10
sure.
picks
Yeah.
in picks or top 10 in running back?
Top 10 picks, brother. Wow. Yeah.
I think so. I think they're going to run the ball like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, what's that rookie's name from Georgia?
George Pickens.
George
I
Pickens,
love
yes.
George
Yeah,
Pickens.
I love the energy there. I think he's going to have a breakout year,
Hell yeah.
especially losing Juju to the Chiefs.
He's a dog.
He is.
He's a dog,
Dude,
man.
that picture of him standing in front of the TV is hilarious.
It is.
It is.
Hey, speaking of a dog, is a hot dog a sandwich? Can we come to an agreement on this podcast?
I'm going to say that is just not. You can't do that.
No.
You can't? It's not a sandwich.
It's closer to a taco, so unless tacos are sandwiches now.
Ooh.
I like that.
I like
That's
that.
a very good point.
I don't like that at all, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
So, yeah, it's closer to a taco.
I'm going to go that a hot dog is a sandwich, personally. I like hot dogs. They remind me of sandwiches. And then what would you consider a burger, though? Would a burger be a sandwich, too?
Yeah.
You got to think about it from a
then-
logistical standpoint.
Okay, so if a burger is a sandwich, then why isn't a hot dog?
Wait.
Just because the way it's shaped?
Yeah, no,
The
because
shape,
of the way the buns are positioned, top to bottom versus left to right.
It's true. What about a banh mi, though? That's a sandwich.
Yeah, but it's still bun over
about a
bun
sub?
on the top, and you just
Bun, it's top to bottom.
Oh, but they don't split that thing half and half.
Not
yeah,
always.
it's connected
Side.
sometimes, but it's still over the top.
I don't know. I think given that logic, you got to go a hot dog is a sandwich.
So tacos are sandwiches.
I don't like
No,
this
'cause it's a
whole
tortilla.
situation that we're talking about now.
I don't know how we got
was
off
like,
into
I'm
this
out of this.
tangent, but whatever, yeah.
Can we backtrack a little bit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Is a burger a sandwich?
See?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
I consider it a sandwich.
Yeah,
Because there's chicken sandwiches.
That's
that's
where I was
really
going
just
with
a
that.
chicken burger.
Because you don't want a burger, you substitute chicken for that.
Yeah.
It's a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
See?
So
But everything's the same except the protein.
God damn it,
True.
dude. Everything's a sandwich.
See? Hey,
Daniel hates his life right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of sandwiches, Florian, unfortunately, I'm going to rip your sandwich away, and you did lose your job this week.
Oh, shit.
Why don't you introduce
At this point,
who's going to be taking that one
Dan,
over?
I had to do this last week, too. We ask everybody, you know.
Oh, my God. I'm such an idiot, bro.
Pittsburgh Steelers. What is more likely, 5-12 or 12-5? In your opinion,
Oh, yeah, we have to know that.
we have
solid defense. So I'm going 12-5 over 5-12. 5 wins is low.
It's low.
Especially for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the schedule, but I'm probably leaning towards 12-5 as well. It hurts that you guys are in the second best division in the whole league.
Yeah.
It really is.
Bengals are tight.
Yeah.
Every team is going to be good this year except the Browns. Browns are going back to mediocrity.
I know.
Yeah.
Purgatory.
It sucks because they've been so bad for so many years. And they finally got a great quarterback, and then
It would be a good story if they could manage like 7-4 for those first 11 games, and Deshaun comes back and they win them all. I mean, they finish
that would
pretty
be amazing.
high.
Yeah. But
I
isn't
feel like-
he's gonna be out.
I feel like that'd be great. I agree. But Deshaun Watson still has not played competitive football in a bit. So you got to
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's going to be it's going to take him a couple games to say, okay, like, I know what I'm doing, because he hasn't read defenses in a long time.
Is he allowed to practice or no?
Yes, until week 1 starts. So, like, the minute Monday hits where they're playing their team for the first week,
Yeah.
he can practice with the team.
Wait, he can or can't? So he can practice all the way up to that?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
up until
Up to that point,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
I feel
Then that's
bad for
11
skipping over
straight
that
weeks.
segment.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a lot of weeks.
It is. So, I mean, we've talked. If they can stay afloat, and who knows what's going to happen with the AFC, we'll kind of see how things go. But this flight looks beautiful. I am very excited to see what we have here. So,
Me too.
Matt, why don't you walk us through this? Are we going left to right, right to left, up, right, center? Where are we going here?
Left or right. So you're starting on that end. Yes, facing you. There you go. Looks like these guys got a little eager.
Florian
They
has
did.
the.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the word is.
So here's the thing. We all have to make our mark in this world, right? And I wasn't sure what my calling was, okay? And it just happens to be that
Pounding beers.
pound beers. And that's what I do. So, yeah. And let me
respect
just
it.
tell you, they were fucking phenomenal.
Thank you, sir.
They were
Very
really
good.
good. 2 of them, outstanding. I still haven't had the last one, but 2 of them are
Ooh.
outstanding.
Which one was not outstanding?
Well, no, they're all very good, but 2 of them were like something like I've never had.
I-
you know,
Okay.
something different.
I love that deflection there. That was good.
Yeah.
Because I don't mean
Let
it
me
in a bad
report
way.
this to upper management. Yeah.
Just it was 2 of them that you've never had. You can come to this brewery,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel like it's only here.
So what are these called? Let's hear it, baby.
All right, so for number 1, we got the low pitch hazy.
Oh, okay.
Probably the most sold beer out of all of Highwire. It's the most popular. Everybody loves it. Not too heavy on the hazy. Just an easy drinking IPA.
I was gonna say it's a very mellow IPA.
That's what I was going to say. And it's not like super cloudy either,
Right.
like you would normally see with a hazy. So I like that quite a bit.
Yeah, I could look at this and say maybe a lager, honestly, just by looks.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
didn't tell us, I was looking at it. I was like, oh, look, we got a nice little
Like
lager
West
on there.
Coast.
It's a little bit dark, a little bit lighter than
Yeah, maybe.
It's kosher.
Pretty
For
good.
number 2, we got the mountain water. And back to what you were saying, this is something that is not sold anywhere else.
Yeah.
That is what I meant when that tastes like a Sprite. and
Seltzer.
It tastes like a Sprite and a beer put together. It's amazing.
All right, we're going
That
to
is
do a little
crazy.
ad break here. Mountain water is the beer for your seltzer drinking friends. It is a citrus splash. It is unspoken of. It has that beer head, but that seltzer kind of profile. So, I mean, it still drinks like a beer,
Yeah, man.
but
Yeah.
That was the perfect.
It might
description.
be actually in my top beers
Wow.
I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
It's
It's that
It's
good.
very unique.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the
Very
hybrid.
unique.
I mean, if you asked what type of beer it was,
Sure.
I could not tell you. I know a ton about this beer.
Yeah.
But there's not a style that imitates this.
Damn.
It is an
agree. It really isn't.
experiment
What?
created in Asheville by the scientists that brew this beer.
Jesus, I feel like I'm part of a lab rat experiment right now.
You are you are a lab rat now.
I'm just thinking
Whoa.
of like some scientists in their white lab coats, but just severely hungover, but just cranking out quality products.
Dexter's Laboratory, but drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, these lab rats are drunk as fuck.
And this beautiful pink one.
All right,
that
so on
I've
to
just
number
been
3.
gazing at the whole time.
It's the pink lemonade.
Okay.
We also made a pink lemonade and mountain water infused slushy.
Wow.
Yes. That beautiful machine over there.
I would love to
Oh,
try
yeah.
that.
As soon as you pointed at it, it lit up. That was pretty cool.
It's like one of those heavenly, like, yeah.
That's nice. So, do you know, like, kind of how this is, like, brewed? Like, what do they do for this? You know, it's a pink lemonade. Sounds like is it a sour? Or what
It
kind
is-
of stuff? Sour.
So it is a sour, yes.
Okay.
At heart, it is a sour.
Yeah.
It surprised me a lot because
Yeah.
it literally, pink lemonade, it doesn't really sway from that. It tastes like pink lemonade. It's not
It
too
does.
sour.
Yep.
It's not too sweet. It's just pink lemonade.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, and I seriously, I did not mean this in a bad way. This is probably the least sour I've ever had.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's got a little bit of a
Yeah.
tartness to it, but that's about it.
That's about it.
I feel
yeah.
like that says something good because I really like that sour. So now I'm like questioning the other sours that I've had.
Yeah. Is this the
Like-
standard?
Mm.
And then this beautiful looking one here. This
is
number
the
4.
Old North Lager.
Oh, I had this earlier. This is
So
fantastic.
I know we've had a little bit of a discussion behind the scenes on, the High Wire Lager and the Old North Lager. Working for this company, I have my opinions about the beers, but the Old North Lager, I think it's just the fan favorite lager in general.
It is.
It's got that extra flavor to it that the High Wire Lager is missing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a bad thing about the High Wire Lager. I enjoy the High Wire Lager. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for that traditional German lager, definitely go for number 1. If you're looking for a high-class PBR, Old North Lager.
I
like that.
I like what you said. That's what I will agree with. This one definitely has a little more body than the regular lager, and I like both of them, but you can definitely tell the difference whenever you're drinking both of them.
Yeah.
So, I love this flight, and I think Florian and Daniel will agree because their flight is gone.
I enjoyed all 4 of them, and
Sip left.
I don't know how we're going to divvy up this extra flight because you're kind enough to bring an
got
extra
an
one
extra.
onto the pod.
I know what front I'm going on.
But I'm going to have first pick here. I'm just saying.
Take it away.
You go first. I'll go
Hey,
second.
and Matt, that's on me. I was like watching them like I always do. Episode 38.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched them 38 times. but
Right.
Episode 38, I break one. So
Hey, lucky number
you had
38.
had to bring your own. I'm sorry about that.
No problems with that.
And I'm going to have the lager.
Wow. And I'm going to have this one because that was my favorite.
Okay. Well, I guess everybody's kind of taking their pick there. Before we let you get out of here, because we're going to transition to a couple things, for us, we are doing a fantasy football league, the Flights of the Round Table Fantasy Football League, with all of the guests from the different breweries, coming into the league and kind of doing the reign for brewery supremacy or Flights of the Round Table supremacy. And we'd like you to join us.
A resounding yes.
A resounding yes.
It always is.
Drew, you want to talk about the
Good.
winnings?
I'm glad.
Yeah. So Flights to the Round Table are acting as one team. All 4 of us will be on one team, and it's going to be versus all the breweries, right? So the conditions here, if a brewery wins, we do another episode with you, which we're happy to fucking do that, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
We're going to do a trailer with our video guy. Anything you want could be about you personally, the brewery, a beer, anything you want. He will create a trailer for whatever, a trophy, and then obviously ultimate bragging rights for Charlotte area breweries, right?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
so that'll be cool.
I like
but
that.
when we win,
When?
Yeah.
we are asking every brewery that is invited to give us 2 4-packs of beer. So
I think I can
Do you
swing
accept
that.
these
Oh,
terms?
yes. I
Let's
definitely.
So Matt, you are actually the last brewery member that we're locking in.
yep.
Wow. I'm
So-
honored.
So, get excited. We're drafting this coming Monday, the 29th at 8 o'clock.
Remote? In
Yes.
person?
Remote. That's kind of the plan. We're all going to be together in our little HQ, and just
Okay.
because everybody understands logistics, it's going to be difficult to get everybody together
Yeah,
to
of course.
draft.
From,
per
from
se.
what kind of standpoint would you say we're looking at?
Well, we're
this?
looking at a logistical standpoint.
There we go. I love
In
it.
this economy?
In this economy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll I'll text you or email you. Shoot us your email.
You got it.
And we'll invite you, man.
Sounds like a
Excited.
plan.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Good question, because I don't know this yet, and it may matter to you, it may not. Is this Yahoo or is this
ESPN.
ESPN.
Even though
oh.
Yahoo is a significantly better
It
fantasy
is.
app.
I don't know how many drafts you've done and what
I've done it.
platform.
I've done both.
I love Yahoo. I think
Oh,
Yahoo
yeah.
is
Yahoo's-
exceptional.
Yahoo's the cream
that's
of the crop.
disappointing, but we'll work with it.
I
But-
don't hate ESPN. Yahoo, I'd say, is the superior
Yeah.
fantasy league.
Like,
but
they got 2 things right in this
Thank
world: emails and fucking
Yeah.
fantasy football.
What I like about doing on ESPN is that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they underrate so many players. So when we're
Yeah.
drafting, like
The
bring 'em on.
ADP
Yeah.
for some players is like,
ridiculous.
whoa. I think they have. I saw some Amari Coopers going in like the 8th round. It was like, okay, yeah.
And now
Keep-
they lost
keep letting
Matthew
him-
Berry. Whoa, their platform.
That
is
was probably
doomed.
for the best.
Yeah, honestly, that probably was.
before I go,
Yeah.
you said Yahoo did mail, right?
Email.
Are you a big Yahoo mail guy?
I have had Yahoo accounts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Interesting.
Why?
Yeah. Elaborate.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, everybody thinks of Gmail as like the great.
No, Yahoo and AOL. I mean, back
No.
in they
Understandable.
They
yeah.
were the OGs back in the day.
See,
We're the 90s kids.
Especially.
Actually, I
AOL.
agree with Florian, but
Yeah.
I do think Gmail is
They're-
taken over.
they're-
For the
how
number
about
one.
this?
Of
They're like the
course.
MySpace of emails.
Okay, fair enough. I will say, we got a slight age gap here, but I was an Embark before CenturyLink came along. It was Embark Mail.
Ah. Yeah, that's a little throwback.
It is
Yeah.
a throwback.
I mean, are you a millennial or do you
Embark.
qualify as Gen Z or Gen X? I don't even know what the fuck the Gen is.
I think it's Gen X.
Yeah,
I think
I
until
think I'm-
96 is a millennial.
Yeah.
I can't talk
I
millennial.
think I'm technically Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're wrong, Gen Z.
I didn't know what the Gen was. There was,
Yeah.
there was a Gen,
Gen X
then there
is
was
like
millennial, and then there was
New,
another
I think,
Gen.
right? Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
They're just
Some
coming up
people
with
pay
names.
attention
Gen
to
Y,
it.
Gen
We
Z.
don't.
Understandable.
Yeah. You're probably the youngest guest we've had on.
I think
you should
so.
take that with pride.
23.
23.
Yeah, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So.
Well, thank you guys for having me
Matt,
on.
it was a
I
pleasure
really
having you
enjoyed
on.
it. I'm going to have that treat for you guys coming soon.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
can't
Okay.
wait.
Wait.
You'll allow me to
Yeah.
put the headphones back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
okay,
of course.
Absolutely.
definitely.
I'll give you guys some time to talk, then I'll interject once more. With
Okay.
A
Yeah,
little
perfect.
surprise.
You give us the
Please
hand
do,
signal,
man.
whether it's a fucking rock, paper, scissors, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or just
you
give
just
us
let us know. yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, everybody, that was Matt, Highwire Brewing here off Tremont. He'll be back in a second. But, Matt, we appreciate you coming on. Great
Thanks
guest.
again for having me, guys.
Great
This is
guest.
Absolutely,
awesome.
Matt. Thank you for
Absolutely.
being on. But keeping with our conversation from last week, and I want to let Drew introduce us here. We did AFC, our personal predictions for playoffs for the AFC last week. This week, we're going to transition to the NFC.
Can't wait.
Right. And
It's here.
I want to give a little context. We have some in and out listeners. Want to catch everybody up to speed real quick. So today we are going to pick these 7 playoff teams for the NFC. So the rules for us are you can only pick 4 teams that made the playoffs last year. Out of the 7, can be less. You can pick 3, 2, 1, pick 0. I mean, that'd be weird, but
Yeah, that'd be weird. Just
Real
completely
weird.
new bracket of playoff teams,
Yeah.
which I'd fucking love that.
no Rams, no Tampa Bay. But essentially, the reason we follow that statistically in the NFL, half the teams that make the playoffs one year, the next half don't, and that has been
Per
consistent
conference.
for 20 years. No, I mean in total. In
In total. Okay.
I don't know the conference divide, but there's probably some seasons that like one conference
Yeah.
supplies the weight
That's fair.
in that stat.
Yeah.
So last year we had the Rams a division winner, Tampa Bay a division winner, the Cowboys a division winner, and the last division
Packers.
is the Packers.
NFC North.
And then the wild cards were Cardinals, 49ers, and
Go Birds, baby. Go Eagles.
So out of those, you can only pick 4.
Okay.
Let's start with
Wait,
what,
NFC East was.
It was
Cowboys.
Cowboys,
Was
and
it
then
Cowboys?
Philadelphia made us a wild card. So why don't we? Or go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Why don't we
What's division?
start? Why don't we start with the NFC North, which is the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. Florian, I'm going to throw it to you. You've been to Soldier Field, so we're going to go with our resident Chicago guy that went multiple years ago, and I'll actually be in Chicago in a couple weeks.
Dude, you'll love Chicago. It's a great city.
I want to go to Chicago so bad just for food.
I like it more
Yeah.
than New York. just so you
And
know.
sports gambling is legal there, so I'm gonna be like,
Yes.
I'm gonna get a little DraftKings,
Yes.
little FanDuel sports book, and go from there. So Florian, for you, who is the division winner in that division, NFC North?
I'm picking the Vikings. I think a lot of us are trending that way, and I can't help but think. I hear all these stories about Mike Zimmer and Kirk Cousins having a huge problem with each other. It seems like every week something else comes out about that, right? So maybe it was just the coach quarterback thing, and that's why they never gelled, because they always had a stacked
Yeah,
roster. They
yeah.
always had a top receiver core, maybe top 10, for sure top 10.
Yeah.
Hell, it could be top 6.
And they made the playoffs multiple times. They just
But they always shit the bed, right? I think that this year, with Aaron Rodgers not having a number 1, hell, might not even have a number 2 wide receiver, this is the Vikings' year to take it.
Daniel.
I agree 100% with Florian. I choose the Vikings. I am worried about the Green Bay Packers a little bit, but it's really just the running core. If that running core goes off, both of those, A.J. Dillon and
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, if they go off both simultaneously and both do amazing, it's going to be pretty hard to stop that run game. They have good run game. If that doesn't happen, I don't see them even making the playoffs at all.
Oh, wow. So I thought I was going to be unique here picking the Vikings. It's cool to see you guys doing the same thing. I don't hate on Green Bay. We'll get to them in a little bit, but I'm going to talk about the Vikings here. I do think having the Rams offensive coordinator is such a big plus. And then you still have Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. And their schedule is really easy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I have them going 11-6. So not a super good record, but it's enough to win the division. Vikings.
Okay. Wow. We have a clean fucking sweep here.
Wow.
Because I'm going to go Vikings, too.
Wow.
I think, as you alluded to, Kevin O'Connell, he did an outstanding job maximizing Cooper Kupp. I think Justin Jefferson is going to have a better year, probably his best year that he's had since he came into the league.
I agree.
And that's incredible.
Yeah.
They're not going to rely so much on Dalvin Cook's run game, and that's going to keep teams off guard.
But you're right. I think at a pure running back, Derrick Henry's the best pure running back. You know who I think is the second best pure running back is Dalvin Cook, and that's going to complement that offense so well.
Yeah,
if he can stay healthy.
I agree, and I don't think their defense is no slouch.
No, it's not
either. I think the only weakness might be corners, but I think, everybody says, Aaron Rodgers is Mr. Houdini. He can do it all. But I think that time is slowly starting to come to an end. So I'm going to pick the Vikings to win the NFC North.
All right, next division. Let's go NFC West. That is the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, and 49ers. Florian.
I think this is going to be a clean sweep as well. I'm picking the Rams. There's no question about it. They're not.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go Rams too, and I thought he was going to keep on talking there, so that's why. But I think the Rams.
My mic cut out. Sorry.
I think that the Rams only got better. I think they only got better.
I think they lost Miller, some other prospects, but I still think it's easiest in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Drew, I want to transition to you, but hold on. As we
got
said,
a treat.
Matt is bringing us a little treat here.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure what we're looking at, but whatever this is.
Looks like some of those blushies.
Oh, it's the blushies,
We got
baby.
some blushies.
Okay, so hold on, folks. Matt is coming back on
like we
to
said.
surprise us with these, whatever these are. I'm
Back
excited to
again.
hear them.
Yeah.
So Matt, what do we got here?
So we got the pink lemonade mountain water slushy.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Pass that around, boys. Pink lemonade.
Slushy. Wow. Let's try this real quick.
Ooh.
I like that. I love
could,
slushies.
on a hot Charlotte summer day, like 96 degrees, give me that.
I could be down with that, honestly.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So which
I
one
think
are we
they're
trying?
underrated.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
underrated, these slushies. I think they're a new thing that Charlotte is just popping out everywhere, and I love it.
It's so refreshing.
It's
dude.
It
so
is.
refreshing. I haven't tried this other one yet. It looks a little bit darker.
Looks like a
But,
mudslide.
Very tasty.
It does, but I'm excited to try that.
Matt, while we're drinking this, we're picking division winners for the NFC, and oddly enough, we all picked the Vikings to win the NFC North over the Packers. You think we're
Really?
crazy or right on par?
I don't know. I mean, the Packers are, a risk.
They are,
Yeah.
but they have a great
For
roar.
obvious reasons,
Last year they, did better than I expected. So they might, build on that.
They
Have a
lost. They lost their number one though, their wide receiver.
It's true.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers always pulls through somehow.
He does. He finds another one.
He finds that receiver where
finds a way.
he's like, you'll be fine. Like, I'm going to just target you. And miraculously, the receiver's like, number one corner, you don't mean shit. I'm better here.
You got to find that. Which receiver is that number one this year?
I saw who him and Rodgers are having a great relationship, great connection, but I don't remember what his name is personally.
You don't remember his name.
I don't, because it's some guy you wouldn't hear of, think of. I think he's a rook.
I think his name was Romeo Dubis. Does that sound about right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does, actually.
That's a very weird name, but I'm going to remember that, though.
So this other one, though, I feel like I get a brain freeze drinking all these,
Oh, yeah.
but I like it.
So
what's in this one?
This other one is the 10W40 Stout mixed
Ooh.
with cold brew
It looks like
and
coffee,
coconut.
Oh my goodness. WD-40 is what I thought I heard for a second.
You want to know something about Jamaica? What Jamaicans do is they mix Guinness with coconut milk, and they call it
Really?
Jamaican rum punch, and that is what this reminds me of.
This
Wow.
is, and I'll be honest,
Yo,
I don't like stouts. I hate coffee. I love coconut, but this
That
is
is
a
good.
wonderful combination.
Very
Holy
chocolatey.
smokes!
I was
and
gonna say that
cold
too.
brewy, it's not too overbearing.
I don't like
It's very tasty.
I don't like coffee, but I kind of do dig this. It is the chocolate. The chocolatey kind of like overpowers the coffeeness to it,
Holy
to where I'm like, okay.
smokes.
if I had 3 thumbs, I'd give it a 3 thumbs up. I mean, I fucking.
You're too generous.
It's,
Thank you, sir.
It's damn
Dude,
good.
that is so good.
Wow.
That's a Florian type
So
of drink
good,
right here.
dude. Wow.
Anything with coffee in it, Florian
I
probably
might
likes.
come by this weekend just to get one of these. Fuck.
They will be flying off the shelves. The people
What
love
time do you
them.
open in the mornings?
On Saturdays, 12 p.m.
I'm
Drew,
talking
you got to be here at
weekdays.
11:30.
because
Yeah, in line.
in line for a
because
slushy.
because screw Starbucks. I'm coming here.
It's got that cold brew in it, so
does. Holy
Oh, it does.
smokes.
I love that.
I taste it.
I can taste the coconut milk too. That's very good.
Nice
Oh, yeah.
creamy effect. You know?
Yeah.
It's a
love that.
cream. Well, Matt, thank you for letting us try
thank
that.
you
Guys,
again.
folks,
for
you guys
interrupting.
couldn't see it, but Matt gave me the signal. He went,
Yeah.
And
um,
of course, we're
I-
never going to turn down that signal.
I was
No.
wondering what the hand gesture would be. Yeah.
but
Thanks
yeah,
again for having me, guys.
thank you for
This was awesome.
coming back and everything.
course.
Thanks for having us in. It's been a pleasure.
100%.
Thanks.
Not even
Thanks again,
99.
guys.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sign off, the salute. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we were going with the Rams. Florian Daniel, they picked the Rams. I can't not pick the Rams. I think everybody in the division is worse this year. So it doesn't matter what you think about the Rams.
Yeah, but
I
the
think-
whole conference is worse.
that whole conference,
is
very,
worse.
very bad.
So I think that those teams are still better than the others.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about
they do
it.
have one other good team that is okay.
Yeah,
Good.
sure. I got Rams. What about you, Dan?
I'm going to take the Niners.
No
my
way.
God. Because Sean McVay
That's
has
who I was-
proven so bad that he's going to be the worst team. You know?
No, it's not that at all. For whatever reason, Kyle Shanahan always seems to get that team, it always seems like outside of maybe a really injury-ridden season, Kyle Shanahan does a very good job with his teams. I worry about Matthew Stafford's elbow. I completely understand, Rams fans and all the doctors and stuff are fine, but he takes one bad hit to his elbow. You don't know. I think the 49ers have a wonderful defense. They're not going to run the bejesus out of Debo, and I think Brandon Ayuk is going to be he's going to be a top 10 player in this league upcoming. I'm going to take the Niners.
I agree with the Brandon Ayuk. I don't know if he's top 10, but he think he's going to do amazing. Very, very excited to see Debo play. I think he is a game changer,
Yep.
and that man, he knows how to play some football.
So all
Downset Hut.
Rams here except for myself.
Yeah.
So,
I do like your pick, Dan, but
gentlemen,
I don't think
we're going to transition to my division, NFC East.
NFC East.
I'll go Philadelphia. They have significantly the most complete team in that division.
Easy.
Dallas has a lot of question marks. Gallup coming off an ACL. You don't know what Zeke's going to do. The offensive line seems to get hurt, and what I've seen from this offseason, Trayvon Diggs is looking like Nandi Asamoah with just more interceptions. It's all going to come down to Jalen Hurts, but I think he's going to be very, very good this season.
Yeah, I'll bounce off that. I think he's at least going to be better. They got A.J. Brown, and that's huge. Like, to have that big guy that can handle the
Yes.
football.
Yep.
Their schedule is also easier than the Cowboys. I've looked at both.
Yep.
Seriously,
Yep.
it's significantly easier.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy to pick the Eagles. How many games will they win? I got them at 10-7. The
Wow.
Eagles. So
I like that.
That's a
winning
playoff
the
team.
division. Yep.
I like that answer, and I'm gonna agree with that. I think the Eagles go. They win the whole thing, whole division. They might.
I thought you were going to say go the Super Bowl. I was like,
They-
yeah?
Let's
And,
go.
and I have to say there is a chance they do go to the Super Bowl and win it.
I think there is because of the competition in the NFL or
I know.
NFC.
Yeah.
I wish you had a better coach. think your coach is good, but I wish that you had a better one.
He's a rookie head coach that made the playoffs in his first season. What else do you want?
Well,
Moving on. Florian, what's your pick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm picking. It's a clean sweep. I'm picking the Eagles.
Wow.
They do have the best quarterback in the division. Don't get your hopes too high. That just means it's a terrible division. But I'm not. No, not to shitpost on fucking Jalen Hurts. He is definitely the best quarterback division.
Sure.
He's deserved it. I'm not a big Dak guy. Dak is a game manager if I've ever seen one. He won't take the Cowboys anywhere. You have the best roster. And if any team from the playoffs last year isn't going to make it, it's the Cowboys.
Right,
So
right.
give me the Eagles.
I agree.
Okay.
I think my sleeper team in that division is the Giants. Honestly, like
I don't see it.
I could see
Daniel
it.
Jones.
yeah, I do not see that. I don't even know how you see that, and that makes me a little bit.
I picked them
Sick to
last
the
year to
stomach.
win the division, and
You
man,
did.
was I disappointed.
That was funny. Last year when we did this time last year we all picked a different team.
Yeah,
That was funny.
and now we all picked the same.
Yeah.
did. All right,
Interesting.
moving on here. We're going to the NFC South, our own division. We got Tampa Bay, Carolina, New Orleans, and Atlanta. Who you got in that division?
I wish I could say the Panthers, but I have to stay.
can't,
I have to
yeah.
stay with what we know, and it's probably gonna be a clean sweep. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
it's a pretty
ec-
easy one.
Yeah, I'll echo that. They're the superior team in the division. I don't need to say anymore.
You lose A.J. Brown, you get Julio. I mean,
That's just
you,
an upgrade.
you really can't complain about the team there. Tampa Bay, easy.
yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, who did I say? I'm sorry.
AJ Brown.
A.J. Brown. Sorry.
Philadelphia guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I honestly didn't even
It's
catch
kosher,
that. You
yeah.
said it so fast. So
Yeah. Well,
I mean, no one can realistically see anyone but Tampa Bay winning that division. They're making the playoffs again. And to be honest, to me, I think the NFC Championship will be the Rams and the Bucks. I mean, it'll be a repeat. It is what it is.
love it.
I love
Honestly.
it.
All right, now we're getting some wild cards.
Now we're going to-
This is
yeah,
where the crazy
this is fun.
juice comes out, you know?
Okay.
All right, so best record. Think about the wild card teams.
Yep.
Who has the best record, the 5 seed,
Yeah.
out of all of them? Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Rams. I know I picked the 49ers to win that division, but I think the Rams, Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay are going to do just enough to get them to probably a 10-7 like you had the Eagles. I think they're going to have a couple injuries. I don't think Cooper Kupp is going to be exactly what he was last year. I think they're going to feel the effects of losing Kevin O'Connell. I have them going 10-7 and being the 5th wild card.
That's fair. And I don't hate you for them not winning division, but the Rams not making the playoffs would be crazy.
That'd be
That'd
depressing.
be crazy. For me, that next spot, I'm going Packers. I have Vikings going 11-6. I have the Packers going 10-7.
Sure.
So I got the Packers there. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to find a way to get it done. I mean, when you lose your number one guy, one of the best players in the NFL, sure, that's going to be negative stigma in your direction, but the Packers have a good enough franchise, a good enough team, a good enough MVP back-to-back years to get them to the playoffs.
That's fair.
Packers.
I like that.
yeah, he has a fair point.
Daniel?
I'm gonna go with San Francisco as
Okay.
my number one wild card pick.
Like it. Okay.
All right.
Easy.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. I
Cardinals.
did not think that anyone was going to even mention the Cardinals
I
this
didn't
year,
think so either.
and
I'm
Florian said it.
Yeah, because the quarterback coach combo with Tyler and what the fuck is his name?
Cliff Kingsbury,
Yeah,
who's
there we
been
go,
incredibly
Kingsbury.
just underperforming
I
his
think
whole
they
time.
get over that mid-season hump where they start to tail off in the second half of the season. Something's got to give at some point. They just invested that huge contract to Kyler, so they have to get it done.
Right.
I saw Kyler during preseason kind of acting as the assistant coach in a way, calling plays. So maybe he's taking that, the accusation that he doesn't prepare for games and stuff like that. He's taking it very serious. Something's got to give at some point, and maybe this was like a wake-up call for
Sure.
him.
It could have been.
I think they are a really talented roster, and they're good for at least a 500 team. So you got to be better than 500, and I think they will. So I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
I like your rationale from a mental standpoint, not
Sure.
a physical standpoint.
Yeah.
I like that.
I agree.
Second playoff spot.
I'm gonna go the 6th seed. I'm gonna go the Carolina Panthers.
That's
I
a bold one.
I
Right there.
have this
bold.
feeling that Baker truly he wants to get a new contract. I think he's going to play significantly better He has that offensive line that has gotten significantly better. They have a great receiving core, great defense. It's all going to come down to Christian McCaffrey, and I think this is going to be the year he actually plays 16 games. Give me the Panthers at the 6th seed.
Okay. Cool. 6th seed for me. Like I said, guys, I went through the schedules and I wrote it out and everything.
Yeah.
The Lions play the Jags, the Giants, the Jets. Not even in their conference.
If you're telling
And then they
me
get the Bears twice, and then they get to like some other shitty teams too. The Lions have such a good schedule, and they were the number 1 team against the spread last year.
Yeah.
Number 1 team against the spread in Vegas side. So that means they were underrated. And now you give them an easy schedule.
Yeah,
they're my 6th playoff team,
Like,
going 10-7.
I think like a crazy amount of their losses last year were within like 7 points, like something, or like 3.
Dude,
it was like field goal or touchdown or less. You know, like
that Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal is one of the games
they
they
lost.
yeah, I
dude,
know exactly.
Crazy losses,
That
and
is
they
a
broke
crazy
the
loss.
record for Vegas covers.
I do like.
I mean,
I do like
Lions
that
are
as
gonna
a
be a
sleeper
good team
pick.
this year.
That's a bold pick, but
6th
I see
seed.
the rationale behind it.
I'm going to agree. They are my 6th seed, too, actually, because I don't think the Green Bay Packers are going to do that well.
Wow.
I really don't.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I have to say to that.
Florian, 6th seed.
49ers.
Okay.
That's
a good one.
I'm not necessarily sold on Trey Lance. I've heard some kind of, I would say, concerning stories this offseason at training camp and OTAs and preseason so far. He's not coming along as the coaching staff would have hoped, but I think over the course of the season they'll correct the ship, and that roster is too good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just too good on defense
Yeah.
and offense. They have, if you want to consider Kittle a wide receiver, they have one of the best receiving cores with him and Debo in the whole league. They have a good line. They have one of the most innovative play calling coaches in the league in Shanahan.
Yep.
I like that.
except in
49ers.
big games.
Yep.
Well,
All right, guys.
But they beat the
We
Packers.
got the hour mark
Okay.
right here. You
All
know what we got to do. We got one more seed left. We got sauce bracket.
I'll be quick. 7th seed. Detroit Lions. The Packers missed the playoffs. I just have this feeling,
Wow,
as I said
Packers
last
missed
week,
the
like the
playoffs.
Houston Texans. There's always that one surprise team, and that's who I'm feeling this
That's
year.
true.
7th seed, I go Cowboys. I think they do actually come back and sneak it in there.
Sneak it in there. Flo, what you got, baby?
yeah, I've got the Lions as my last seed.
Nice.
Packers missed the playoffs.
Cool. So my last
I agree.
seed would be 49ers too, as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was between them and the Panthers, honestly.
Yeah.
The Panthers were close. There were a couple games where I thought were more easy for the 49ers than the Panthers. So
Yeah.
I also just think I also think Aaron Rodgers' luck without a number 1 receiver now is going to run out.
sure.
I agree. I think it's
This is the
doomed.
year, yeah. It's between that and the bad ayahuasca trip he probably had. He's not in the right place.
He had a little ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
I feel like I heard about it and it's lost in my mind
He
somewhere.
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cool with it. But gentlemen, sauce bracket time. Today we are doing seeds 6 and 11. And folks, I'll just tell you, Drew and I were designing a sauce bracket this week. Once we get it all figured out, you're going to see it on all our social media platforms. So be prepared for that bad boy.
It's gonna be hot.
I
Who
love
wants
that.
to go with their number 6 seed first?
Who wants to take that on?
I do.
Okay,
Okay.
Florian, what you got?
There's 2 choices I really want to say. I have to pick one. It's going to be very specific, but they're a nationwide grocery store, so anyone can get it. Costco cilantro lime sauce. If you want to say cilantro lime in general, that sauce fucks. You know it. You know it.
It's
That
really
sauce
good.
is insane.
Everyone knows
Go to
that.
a Costco near you.
Sure.
It is a top tier sauce. That goes on meat, bread, even vegetables.
It's on- it's-
like every fucking.
Can you imagine dessert?
Yeah, the food pyramid is covered with that.
It really
Yeah.
it says everything sauce on the bottle.
It's very good.
And they meant it.
They meant that shit. I mean, I could put it on dessert almost.
So kind of in the same realm, my 6th seed was Green Goddess. That's a little different because it
I
has
thought about that today.
more like greenness in it. But if you have not had that on a salad or anything, Green Goddess, there's a reason they call it a goddess.
It's a great. It's a great dressing.
I've seen
It's a great
TikTok
dressing.
after TikTok on that sauce.
That's my 6.
Daniel?
It's been a while since I've had green gatas, but no, my 6 is actually avocado ranch. And I love the avocado ranch from Chick-fil-A. Very good.
We're on a green train right
I was
now.
We're all
say,
green.
Just green left and right.
I guess I'm going away from it. I'm going to go Alabama white sauce.
Oh,
Hey,
good,
someone
good,
had to be
good.
different and deliver, and it was you. Good
That's
shit.
probably my favorite sauce on
Nice.
wings.
Yeah.
Just this.
Good
So,
call.
Good call.
especially
Love
from Blackfin, prime time, baby.
Yeah.
Let's, don't want to be long-winded. I need to hear 11 seeds.
You love your long.
Let's go the same order. Florian, let's hear it.
Okay. I can't believe we haven't said it yet. And to be honest, I'm not sure anyone knows how to say it correctly. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire.
I've thought about it.
I thought
and,
we said it.
And not for the reason I can put that on something after it's being cooked, but
Sure.
you marinate a steak in that.
Yeah.
Boom, that's a flavor right there.
Or even like
It's a good marinade.
contribution to another sauce. Like it's a
Yeah.
key ingredient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a key contributor to a sauce. I think
Yeah.
11 is a proper rating. It's mid-tier. I wouldn't say it's top tier, not bottom half. It's mid.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Daniel?
I'm going to go with teriyaki. We haven't said that. Can't believe we haven't said it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great,
wow.
great
Haven't.
sauce. Not amazing, but I think it's properly rated.
Okay, very
Cool. I'm
That's-
gonna go tahini. Okay, tahini is a
What is
very
tahini?
Mediterranean
Yeah.
lime, chickpea, oily sauce.
Mm-hmm.
When I went vegan for like a year, it was a sauce I used a lot, and it's very good.
You went,
so
you
You went vegan?
for a year.
for a whole year,
Oh,
back,
dear.
back in college.
Oh,
I
dear.
think you did tell me about
yeah,
that.
yeah, It was a good experience, right? So
Yeah, probably light as hell.
yes, tahini.
Okay. So for my 11 seed, I think this sauce is incredibly. It's a good 11 seed, but people might say, it's not the best thing in the world. Garlic Parmesan sauce. That has not been said before.
I like that.
When you say that, I think about wings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, garlic parm.
Yeah, they get
I was
tossed-
trying to figure out where I like
Garlic
where would I eat that
Parmesan.
sauce?
Garlic Parmesan wings are like a barometer at a wing spot. If you can't make good garlic Parmesan wings, I don't like you.
Do you know what I just thought of now? The Papa John's garlic sauce.
that comes in the pizza box.
Oh,
Gentlemen.
save that for next week then. A little 7 seed action.
Little 7 seed. But yes, for me, garlic Parmesan.
So would you say garlic parm is like the lager of sauces?
No.
You judge a company based on that. Well, you just said it's the barometer of where you judge a place.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
guess I'll call it a lager. That's
Guys,
fair.
We're getting close to this bracket, so we have 7, 10 seed, and then 8 and 9.
Ooh, and then
Not
8
many
more
more.
sauces.
and then we're gonna have folks vote.
Vote for the ultimate sauce.
I said vote, but
Yeah, we need you guys to really, really put your brains together and decide the best sauce.
I agree.
Because it's not going to be easy. And I'm curious what's going to win. I really am.
I am too.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
There's
but
some early favorites, but
sadly, gentlemen, it is time to get out of here.
it comes faster.
I
than
hate
you
it
know what.
every single week, just because I love doing this with you guys. I love the guests. I love the camaraderie that we have, and it's always a sad thing whenever we have to hop off.
Yeah, it was a great episode today. A lot of beer.
I had such a blast.
Yeah.
And I'm going up to Maine this weekend. We're going on a brewery tour. I'm just going to try all the lagers. And if I
Lager-
don't like it, I'm
lager
just
it
going to
up?
walk away.
Do you have a slushy?
A
Dude,
blushy.
A
blushy.
blushy.
Slushy. What about a Sleer? A
A
slushy
Sleer.
beer?
Yeah, a
A
Sleer.
Sleer.
Yeah.
I can be okay with that word too. But I like blushy a little
Yeah, it's a little more inviting. Sleer
It's
is like, I want to get my head cut off right
Sounds like
now.
a John Belushi.
bit. I think about a plushie a little bit though.
Yeah, I
He's
don't-
like, I'm not having that.
yeah,
shit.
Daniel,
Yeah.
I'm not having that.
Before we get out of here, if you follow us at FOTRT Podcast, okay, Twitter, TikTok, you know what it is. All the good stuff on social media happening. Catch it on our social media. And Dan, what time is it?
Sadly, gentlemen, this has been episode 38 of the Flights of the Round Table. Want to give a big shout out to Matt for coming on, giving us these wonderful beers. Thoroughly enjoyed the time today. And, we'll talk to you guys at some point next week. Everyone have a wonderful week, wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon.